part of the fall prevention, I was telling them I never really thought to look at the chairs unless they really obviously beat up. But with our senior population, when you look at what it comes with, yeah, it's hard plastic. So they're made so that you don't scratch the ground, but they can slide a little bit. But if you replace them with the feet you buy at the store, right, City Mail or whatever, and you stay away from the hard plastic, then yeah. And for most people, it's just a small thing, yeah. But if we're looking at seniors and fall prevention, and you're sitting down with cane or you need assistance, right? You don't want that chair to slide. Yeah. And then the other thing, I asked them, we took that chair out because I'm looking at it. All these chairs, you got so many joints, and these quite eventually they start bending, and all of this gets loose. But you gotta watch, right? I don't know if you remember I forgot when it was, right? I was sitting on a chair and like, oh, it's really wobbly, and see, this one doesn't have it, but this one is okay. But yeah, that's the design of the chair. But if the design of the chair has a brace and the brace is missing, right? Those need the brace. Right? That one is designed where it doesn't have the brace to begin with. But that one, I could see the leg kind of tilting in, so it's starting to really get loose. Yeah. Yeah, I've been more aware of this because at Lanikila, after my class, they do ping pong. So they bought them, these fold-up tables, and these tables are really wobbly. They're just not heavy-duty ping pong tables. So every week, right? I don't know how many times. I don't know if it's only on my days, once a week, but folding, unfolding, right? Big tables, right? There's a lot of flex. Oh, so about a month ago, after my class, I'm watching this lady pull out one of these big ping pong tables, and you could see the whole thing tilting, right? And she's going to move it by herself. I went to run to help her, but I'm looking at this table, and I called the director. I said, you got to take this table out of commission. You could see the braces were broken, the whole table flexing, right? You got to tighten them up, and she was going to move it by herself. And then about 1 or 2 weeks before that, one of the flagpoles fell down, almost took out another lady because they made the flagpole stand. So I'm going to redo it for them. It's just out of the old 1-gallon coffee cans or vegetable cans, and they put concrete and put the pipe inside. But these things are so old, right, that the bottoms, they rust. And as they move them around, the bottom had rounded out. So it's like, so I grabbed, just take this thing out of commission. Yeah. That was kind of, that was part of my training in the DOE, because as a tech coordinator, when the first position I got as a computer teacher, I was brought in because that's when networking was starting to happen. So the school needed to get the principal, and the school needed to be networked. So they put me in the position to get it done. So since then, when I walk around all these facilities, I'm always like this. She used to be like that. I'm looking up, like, hey, how come that handhold is open? How come that box is open? That wire down? I'm constantly scanning. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, same thing, right? We walk around, we're looking at all these things, and then that in fact at that same school, all the schools have those big either chalkboards or bulletin boards, and you roll them around, and the old days are wooden, and same thing, yeah, they're very unstable. So I was in the music room, in the multi-purpose room, and my first or second grade teacher, the kids were sitting, and she dragged that thing across, and she wasn't watching, and she angled, right? And as soon as you angled, the whole thing tipped over and hit one of the kids on the head. Fortunately, it wasn't hard, but yeah. It's just awful. Yeah, so take some time, look at your equipment. These chairs, yeah, check the chairs. I mean, they all have lifespans. Yeah, but yeah, consider that. I told him, consider that. Like, don't wait until the feet wear out. Just go ahead and replace them, and that's part of the fall prevention. Yeah, that's just a little bit of liability. But yeah, and I never looked at it before like that. So yeah, all your chairs like that, right? It's the foot that cover is not made for grip. It's actually made to slide, right? It's hard plastic, and it's made so it doesn't scratch the floor. But it doesn't cost too much, right, to replace it. And if you're going to replace a lot, you could probably do a bulk order or something, or something else. It's that ounce of prevention. Yeah, so kind of, yeah, look around, wherever you are. Uh, we all have these folding chairs here all over, and then all your organizations, right? They're just so popular. So you might, your churches, your other community centers, you might want to start kind of looking at them and saying, yeah, this issue came up. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, anyway, I just want to talk about that. Does go with what we talk about with the fall prevention. Okay, this Saturday I'm going to get recertified for the program. Every 2 years I have to get recertified to be able to call it Tai Chi for Health. So, and I just got my recert for CPR. Now it's CPR. It's the what do you call them? The AEDs. The AEDs. You know what the AED is? That's the defibrillator. That's those portable defibrillators. So yeah, basically every place you want to slowly start seeing them show up. Yeah, all over. Yeah, they're actually really easy to use. Just pop them open and read the directions. Yeah, they'll tell you, and then they'll talk you through it exactly. And they basically you just put the pads on. And the only caution, like because she has pacemaker, I don't know if anybody else has pacemakers. So I thought, oh, can you put that on? And basically you can. You just don't make sure you don't put it right on the medical device. Yeah, pacemakers or the built-in defibrillators or whatever. Yeah, like my classmate has not pacemaker, but the what call it, the what? Oh, the one that shocks when the heart stops. Like hers is pacemaker, but it's like the built-in defibrillator. It's real similar to the pacemaker. Yeah, yeah. Because my classmate was playing basketball. Fortunately, because he was policeman, he was playing with in Hilo in the gym. Right, the league was all policemen and firefighters. So when he collapsed, he was surrounded by first responders. And that was one of the last times I saw him because he came up. He came up and he was up at Straub, I think. Oh, what happened? So they had to put, yeah, yeah, one of those inside. But yeah, and then now it includes first aid. But it's like really, I think I learned more first aid as a Boy Scout in those. But yeah, it's good to have those trainings, and they're required now. Yeah, so it's not difficult to find. There's several businesses around town that's all they do. That's all they do is provide right first aid, CPR, and these emergency trainings for people. That's all they do all day long. You either go in house or some of them come up. Oh yeah, it's interesting because the CPR as evolved, what they find is the compressions is more important. And then with COVID, right, that issue of mouth to mouth really came up. So they said, yeah, even if you don't do the mouth to mouth, right, it's the compressions. They said that's really, so I think now it's something like, I think it's something like 30 compressions to not more than 10, might even be less, I can't remember, the mouth to mouth, yeah. 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 Because we said it's the it's the heart pumping that's really what gets the oxygen in and circulates it. Yeah. So you can do, and then if they have all the devices right to protect, to blow, so you don't have to go straight. Anyway, yeah, something to always look at in training. And then I think all the fire stations provide CPR training in the local areas. It's something you can. Okay, so that's our PSA for this morning. You know what the PSA is, right? Public service announcement. Ah, is that? Wait, is this clock moving? It's stuck at 9 o'clock. What happened?
Is it not working now?
Yeah, it was working, but it's stuck at 9 o'clock now. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Good morning. Now we start class. Bring the hands up. So, all right. So, last few weeks, I've really been emphasizing that we want to. You want every move, right? Everything you do has a purpose. Everything is useful. And it's somebody funny, every time I do these things, somebody will post something that's really similar online. So everything, if it doesn't have a purpose, like I would say, if all these moves didn't have a purpose and you just wanted to exercise, you might as well just do aerobics. Because aerobics will force you to breathe. They'll just say breathe. But the level we're doing is you want to learn how to calm the breath down. You want to learn how to channel, right? To connect with that energy way up. So when you come up, you breathe in, but you think way up in the sky. As you come down, you relax. And then you think deep into your body. And you imagine you're bringing that energy down, flowing it through the legs, right? Displacing the earth energy. So it's more than just movement. It's intent and it's skill. And the first thing we do is learn how to relax. So if you just look at this preparation movement, before we start moving, you have to relax and you have to exhale. So if I'm standing, I could sink, I could bend my knees, right? It would be really obvious. But the same thing here, as we come down, right? You get that alignment. And the first thing we do is exhale. It's just like, right? Relax. So really, the first skill is sung, relax. And then expansion. And then it's compression or sinking. And then it's connecting to that energy way up in the sky. And then bringing and flowing it down through the body. Thinking deep into the body, into the lower dantian, and flowing into the earth. Yeah, and then expanding the body, stretching the legs, and then flowing up from the earth through the body. And then using that energy to wash the bones, wash the muscles, wash the organs, ligaments and tendons. And then training yourself to use intent to just think about the movement and learning to feel that energy. Feel like you're just moving that lightest bubble. You can feel that lightest restriction in the palms. And then learning to look far away. To move the chi through the eyes. And exhale and gather. And so you want to stare far away out at the mountaintop. And focusing your vision at one point. And stretching and feeling the fingertips stretch and the feet stretch and expand. And slowly learning to just imagine you staring out into space. And then scooping down and imagine filling up the whole body. Deep breath. Deep breath and squeeze and exhale through every muscle tissue. You're wringing out every muscle tissue in your body. And then focus in the bones. You're saturating the bones and then squeezing all the blood and chi out through every bone of your body. And then twisting and wrapping every tendon and ligament, all the joints. And slowly relaxing and expanding, and everything settle. And then fall perfectly back into place. And bring the feet in. Sitting nice and straight and relaxed. Throat is open. Chest is relaxed. Let the lower belly, the lower abdominals just relax so they expand when you breathe in and they collapse when you exhale. And if you want, you can pull it in and exhale all the air out. And almost a pause is just relax and naturally breathe in. Okay? So connect with that sun up in the sky. It's just feeding that energy through the top of your head, trickling down. That little sun in your chest, warm and cool, putting out energy to your whole body. And the air continues to sink down to your lower dantian. Relax your face muscles and smile from the chest, smiles from the heart area. Okay. Expand the palms. Take a deep breath before we begin. Look straight ahead. Exhale. And then begin. Breathing in. Drop the shoulder blades, but expand the fingertips, reaching. Washing the face. Sinking. And feel the palm. And feel the whole body start to expand and down. Just the neck. Opening up the neck. Finish the breath. Make sure the feet are expanding and pressing into the earth. And slowly imagine something pulling the feet into the earth and down. Feel the neck opening up, pulling on the spine. Imagine as the head falls, it pulls until it pulls all the way down to the tailbone. Tilt the sternum out and down. And the palms are constantly rotating. Starting to rotate forward. Starting to fall. And starting to rotate forward as you finish your exhale. And the fingertips are pulling and stretching, extending. And out. And down. Okay, number 2, one hand up, one hand down. Extend and then fold. Looking at the top hand, height of the face. Breathing in. Relax the lower hand. Just let it fall. And feel the fingertips stretching, expanding. Breathing in, just drop that lower hand. Let it fall by the side of your knee, all the way down. Breathing in. Slowly start looking beyond the fingers. Look at the mountain or the horizon. Come back to center when you're done. Right in front of the throat. Nice and open. Relax. And out. Sternum up. You feel the whole body get full and the hands dropping down. Shoulders. Fold. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And focus on the inside lower corner of the shoulder blades. Oh, I had a chance to see this Taiwan martial arts team, National Taiwan University. They just completed a tour of the United States and they ended up in Hawaii. They have a Hawaii connection. So we went, I had a class first, so we went just in time for lunch. They served Hawaiian food and I thought, oh, they're just trying to put everybody to sleep. But we're sitting down and all of a sudden, one of the girls on my right side just starts singing. I don't know what was going on. She's, Mandarin and yeah. So my friend who's the connection asked her, "Oh, can you sing again for my mom? She's 101." So she sang another song. But yeah, listening to this, that reminds me of all kinds of talent. So when I looked at the university, that's one of the things. Yeah, this martial arts team is just one of the curriculums, one of their specialties, but it's arts and everything. And the main guy, he's a big guy, yeah, big. You don't want to run into him blindly. You'd probably bounce off about 10 feet and he'd be like, "Oh, what was that?" Yeah, pull that shoulder blade open. All the way down. And then one of his students, the local one, is this. I think she's from Taiwan originally. She plays the erhu. The erhu is that 2-string, kind of looks like shamisen. It's like the Chinese style of the shamisen. So she did a little performance, but I think she won something. She won. I think she's a Nahoku award winner. So she's using the Chinese instrument, and they do contemporary music. So she's paired with I think local and some other musicians. So of course they're selling her DVDs. But it was interesting because the professor's emphasis was bagua. Like for all the things he learned at his age, he's trying to stress bagua. And he's talking about, and I'm listening to him, even though they do all this competition, he's talking about practical application and the importance of bagua for the internal, which is what the Tai Chi is about. Yeah. So it's same school, all the internal skills for the health. And then moving the chi, moving the energy, moving the chi. Yeah, loose, nice and loose. Yeah. Yeah, just shaking it out. Yeah, shaking it out. So drop your elbows here. Keep the elbows down. So as you come down, the elbows are pointing down. As you come up, the elbows are pointing down. Imagine like there's a little plumb line, little weight that's just keeping the elbows pointing down. It's, it's a leverage. It's a leverage thing, yeah. If you're gonna pick up something and your elbows come out, it's hard, right? So, but if you let your elbows drop, right, then your body, right, your body helps to lift. So even though you're doing this, right, it still want to keep that elbow tucked in a little bit. Yeah. Because what you want to do is you want to feel in your palm that light resistance. Right? Like you're just moving that bubble. Right? You're just manipulating that ball, that light ball. So as you come up, you can feel it. You're guiding it, right? And right here, tuck that elbow in. Breathing in and out. And then you want to pull the spine, right? Learn how to pull the spine so the body turns and then release. And then pull the spine in the other direction, breathing in and release. And so every move has a lot of layers of things you can develop. So the more you pull the spine, the more you wind up. When you release, the bigger the spring's going to be, right? It's going to unwind. So think of your spine, right? Think of the muscles on the side of the spine, and just imagine pulling the spine in one direction, breathing in and releasing, and then pulling the spine in the other direction. And when you release, don't stop it. Just let it spring back and just let it move by itself. Yeah, just let it move. And breathing in and letting it go. Okay, moving to the spine, hold the ball, one hand up, one hand down, right in the center. And turn the palms, elbows in front, nice and straight, and let the wrists line up. Okay? Instead of bending or going out. Yeah, see if you want that pull going all the way through. Same thing with the upper hand. Right? Relax the wrists so they can pull straight up and down. And feel the spine expanding through the rib cage, through the hips. Feel it reach from the fingertips all the way down to the feet, to the toes. Take a deep breath and relax when you're ready. Stretching, pulling the palm, opening the palm. Feet sinking into the earth, fingertips pulling, stretching so the whole body is expanding. Expand every joint in the body. And relaxing, Sung. Breathing in and exhale when you're ready. You're washing through the forearm. Try to pass right in front of the heart. Breathing in, the bottom palm rotates down. Exhale when you're ready. And the bottom palm rotates up, and then it exchanges. Feel and see your spine opening and stretching and then collapsing back perfectly into place. Imagine each vertebrae slowly expanding and stretching, and then all the muscle fibers holding the spine together, relaxing and stretching. And imagine the blood and fluid inside of your spine moving, right? Lubricating the joints, lubricating the vertebrae. As you breathe in, imagine that fluid moving up into your brain, back down again. And the tailbone all the way up into the brain. Breathe in, and then pull your spine and drop your elbow. And turn. And wash the outside. Pull the spine, turn, lift, and fall, and release. And then breathe in as you turn and wind up. And exhale. Tuck the elbows straight down. Yeah. Open the palms, stretch the palms, stretch the fingers, make the palms big and open. Expand. Just take your time and breathe. Cool the spine, or imagine the spine turning by itself, winding up and then letting go. Nice big palms. Stretch, expand the palm. Stretch the fingers. One more time, and then we'll come back to center. Yeah, make the palms nice and big. Stretch the fingers. Come back to center in front of the heart. Lift the sternum. Breathe in. Yeah, same thing. You want to keep the elbows down again. Yeah, don't let the elbows flare. Listen to your breathing, expansion, and then turn the palms. Right? Hold the ball. Drop your shoulders. Drop the elbows. And breathe in, winding up the spine. Let the head turn and relax when you're ready. Rotate the palms. Breathe in. Let the eyes scan the horizon. Breathe in. And come back to center. Tilt the sternum up and out. Lift the sternum and down. Feel that gentle, light resistance. Right? Just activating the palm, keeping just the surface of the palm stretched. So you can bring one leg back in, bring the other leg back in. Right? And then you can release the palm. Okay, so again, practicing, right? Pulling the chi up. Imagine drawing, pulling it up. Legs are relaxed, and then pumping it down. Drop the shoulder, drop the elbow. In back of the hand. Right? Back of the hand being pulled. Breathing in, and back of the hand being pushed. Just being pushed down. And then bottom of the hand being pushed up. And then bottom of the hand being pulled down like a vacuum. Yeah, so practice all those sensations, yeah. And then sometimes you can do one hand or alternate like this. Right? If you're just going up and down, right? So it can be one hand pulling, right? And then the other hand pulling, so you're constantly drawing up. The other hand just releases. And the bottom hand, you could add to that, right? So if you're pulling, you're creating a vacuum under the earth, right? So you imagine, oh yeah, it's pulling, right? There's a vacuum. So it just drops. Right? And pulling, it creates that vacuum. So you just have to let this hand go so it can respond. Or it can be pushing, right? Pushing, right? Pushing, pushing. Yeah. You're only focusing on one, the other side just lets go, right? Or one hand, right? Being pulled, right? Being pulled, being pulled, right? And the other hand just lets go, right? Or you just hold one hand, right? It's here, just expanding and just the bottom, right? Just holding that bubble while the other hand is moving up and down. Every time it changes, I can feel a little pulse in here, right? Because one is vacuum one way, then it's vacuum, then it's pressing the other way, so there's a little pulse. And when you switch, right, there's a little release. It's a little release to activate, right? And then a little release, and then you pull, and a little release. But if this hand is just slightly holding, you can just kind of feel that pulse every time this changes. Yeah. Yeah, so Just practice and learn to become real sensitive to that. Then those little phenomena will happen. You start to feel those little changes, and you realize, oh yeah, if I don't relax, I cannot feel that tension. Okay, so take a nice deep breath. Okay, press both feet into the earth. Just press, right, and then press one side only, and then sink into one hip only. That other heel should release, right, and then begin. Pick up, relax the other foot. So the whole foot presses on the ground, right, and sink, pressing, releasing the back leg, and then slowly let the back leg down, coordinate with the palms, and then up as high as you comfortably can, with only the bottom half, relaxing the upper body. And so really sink into that hip joint. And then if you sink into the hip joint, it'll be hard to tense the upper body. It'll be harder to tense the upper body. And just breathe naturally. Feel the surface of the palm. Like just manipulating that energy, pulling or guiding it down, or holding or releasing. Hold the ball, relax, and drop one knee and pull the spine, right? Feel yourself pulling the spine and breathe in, pulling the fingertips, letting the body turn and release. Drop the other knee, pull the spine, pull the fingertips out. Inhale, release. You can take a step, take a small step, open up the hip a little bit more. Release. Take a small step and pull the spine, pull the fingertip out. Release. Take a bigger step if you can. And then just the knees, just drop the leg. Bring it back, and the other side just drop. In and out. Okay, bring the hands in. Relax first, take a breath, let everything go, and then begin. One side, right? Use the palm to help pick up the leg. Press the knee, push the knee down. Press the heel and push the knee down, and then lift. Use the hand. So I use that to help lift and bring the leg back in, keeping it up. And then other side, and rub against the rib cage. Let the inside of the forearm rub against the rib cage. So press the heel, then push the knee down, and then lift. Tuck the elbow, rub against the rib cage. Heel, knee, and then pump the toe and expand. Stretch the fingertips and then pull the leg up. Sink into the hip joint. Heel, knee, pump, extend the fingertips, and then pull the leg up. And then add the turn of the spine. Pull the spine. Let the body turn. Pull the spine. Let the body turn and relax. Okay. And one more time, picking up one leg, left or right ankles. Just lightly holding that bubble right in here to help that leg. Other side. Finish the move. You don't have to do it exactly with me. Other side, small toe, big toe. Stop. Hey, wait, somebody missing. Oh, she's over there. No, not you. You're not missing. Uh, no, I saw the person. Like, where'd she go? Oh, that's right. She's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when you do this, yeah, and you watch the wushu, you watch the like the you know that Taiwan team, right? They're doing performance, so you see the fancy stuff, and they did a little bit of show. We missed the first half where they're all dressed up, but they still did some performance, right? And you look at this move, but you see how that move, right? It's like if you had a string from the leg connected to the wrist, right? And then you winding the leg up, right? And then bringing it back in, right? So you extend the leg. It doesn't matter, right? Which one it is, right? In the practice, we're going opposite. But if you hold your hand here, right, and then you pick up the leg, oh, just that part, you can feel how much muscle, right? And then if you open the palm, right, stretch and open both palms, and then you pick up the leg, a little bit easier. It's starting to lift, and then you extend the hand, right? Right, and then that helps to pick up the leg, right? Or coming up, right? In the set, we're coming up because the knee is coming up, right? From there. And if the leg is extended, right, and the hand is already out, right, then you have to sink, right? You have to sink into the hip joint and then scoop the leg up, right? And then guide it back in, right? Keep the elbow down, rub against the rib cage, and then let it down. You try it with the elbow out, right? You come here and you try to go like that, the elbow sticking out. Oh, it's a little harder, right? This is leverage. So they'll talk about the elbow tying into the tantin, right? And you're supporting like this, right? Like 45-degree brace. But you can see the wrapping. So if I'm wrapping my spine, right, that could be pulling that string into here, right? I could be wrapping like this, right? Holding it, right? And then unwrapping and coming down. Okay? So at the minimum, we want every move to have mechanical and health purposes. Yeah? Not just the muscle health, not just the breathing, but we're doing the internal, so it should have medical Qigong. Right? So as you pick up, right over here, right? This side is your liver. It's about the middle of your rib cage, and below the liver is your gallbladder, and then this side, your left side, right? That's your stomach and spleen. So if the hand is running up like this, right, rubbing, it doesn't have to be real hard, but just enough so you can feel it rubbing, right? Then you're rubbing. You can imagine, right? You're massaging the liver and the gallbladder. This side, you're massaging the stomach and the spleen. What happens if your liver doesn't work? All the toxins in your blood build up, right? What happens if the gallbladder doesn't work? Oh, that little bit of toxic chemical that's needed to help break down, right, doesn't work. Right? The bile. You know? So you need to stimulate them and such. What happens if your stomach doesn't work? So if it's over here, your stomach is over here, right? So really, when you feel that pain over here, that's your gut, right? That's already your intestine. That the stomach, when you really look at it, we think of this as our stomach. That's our belly, right? But the stomach is on the side. Right? This is all that wrapping, right? Small and large intestines. If you want to get everything, then rub all the way, right? Right? Then I'm massaging a real big area. Right? If I need that little bit more energetic, gentle, like upset stomach, then the surface of my palm, I can just kind of rub. Right? I can go both ways. Right? Just gently rubbing from here. So you're doing all that qigong, you're getting all that energy in your palms. Right? You use that for that self-massage. But just build that right in over here. Yeah, build that right in over here. And then you're learning to twist, right? So you spiral, you come up, you spiraling. Yeah. So you're building that spiral and tuck your elbow in. So you have a lot of leverage, a lot of support this way. Yeah, from there. So make every move count. Right? You do it one way, you might only have one benefit. You do it a certain way, you might have two benefit. Even if you don't know it, you do it another way, you might have three benefit. Even if you don't know it, it's happening. You do it another way, you might have four benefit. You might have five benefit, six benefit. Right? You're always training the E, thinking. Right? Just think about it, and then see if you can feel the body wanting to move. Right? So that's listening to the E, the intent. The Qi follows. So see if you can feel that, and then the blood follows the Qi. That's the basis of Qigong. Okay? So Qigong is cultivating the breath, but it's really learning how to time and coordinate that. Otherwise, we just do jumping jacks, right? But yeah, feel that, right? This is like it picks up the leg. Yeah, lift, right? Picks up the leg. So if same side, right, it feels easier. If opposite side, you have to know where to sink. And you have to sink the hip into this side. Right? Then it's easy. But if I don't turn, right? If I don't turn into here, oh, then this is hard. If I force this to be straight, right, then it's a little harder. Right? But if I turn, oh, then it's a little easier. I don't have to put as much effort into picking up the leg. Yeah. And then stretch and expand. Oh, I thought you were bringing food. I couldn't see the glare, the back glare. Yeah, so feel that, yeah, that lift. You guys have that in hula? You folks have these palms in hula? You do, right? Not doesn't look exactly the way I'm doing it, but that extension, right? So does that extension, right, coordinate with any leg movement? When you do that lower, older stance, right, and you're trying to make it look stronger, right, and you're just emphasizing, right, the leg. Are the hands up here? Or do the hands tend to be dropped? They tend to be dropped, right? When you just, right, when you're doing that movement, the hands are lower because it's emphasizing the strength of the legs. Right? It becomes more physical. But if you're emphasizing the flying, the light movement, right, the hands help to lift the body. Right? Pulling up there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. The wushu, because they do fast, right? They call wushu military arts, but it's a lot of performance now. So for competitions, you're not going to use the heaviest weapon, right? So when they do staff, they use the whitewood staff, but real flexible. So they come right, it's light and it bends. I brought the staff that our Shaolin staff, which is hardwood, untapered, and it's sitting there. Nobody used it. I thought maybe one of the teachers might use it. But at the end, the students back there and all the weapons on the table and this big bundle of the whitewood and other staffs, yeah, and my hardwood staff cherrywood she bought for me before. That store that was the Japanese store that was the bottom of Alamoana, not Cherokee, the small one, Aida's, or yeah, they used to bring these in, and in the back, one of the students standing against the wall, right, and he keeps fingering my staff. I like he's just pressing the end, right? He's leaning against the wall, right? He's touching it, and I'm watching and smiling to myself. He's like, he must be thinking, my God, who plays this? Right? Where's that big flexible one? Yeah. They said our teacher said that the founder, right, that's the kind of staff was hardwood. He said he used to whip that thing down, right? And the staff would go, woof. You could hear the bend, and then he'd open up his hand and let go and let it touch the ground, and then had so much energy in the staff be bouncing on the ground. Yeah. But yeah, that was funny. He just kept like, we didn't have time. I should have said, hey, you should try play that. Yeah, see what it feels like. They only feel that when it's attached to a weapon, yeah, like a long blade or something. Okay. All right. So, so listen and feel. And like I said, the first lesson is relaxing, letting go. Right. So we'll do it seated. But if I'm standing, right, to do this gathering, the first thing I have to do is, ah. So the first lesson is sung, relaxing. The first lesson is exhale, not inhale, exhale. But before you exhale, of course, you have to inhale, right? But that first lesson is exhale, relax, let it go. Right? Wow. Nobody thinks about that, right? That the first lesson is, ah. Right? So before we can do anything, you gotta let as much go as possible, right? You know, that's the teacup thing, right? Like, oh, I went to the master and he said, you want tea? I said, oh, yeah, okay. And he kept pouring tea, right, until it overflowed. And like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, can I teach you because no capacity, right? You got to empty it out, and then I can teach you. Then you can learn. Yeah? So it's funny. The first lesson is when you really think of it. What's the first thing you do? Oh, stand there, find your place, and then, ah, and then we can gather. Okay? So even in the chair, right? Okay. You pick up the hands, but the first thing we have to do is let go. And then now we can gather. So breathe in, right? And expand the mind, right? Take away all the walls, think way up in the sky, and then flow it down deep into your body. Right? Connect with that energy from outside, connect with the earth. Right? Breathe in from the earth. Right? Remove the obstacles from beneath the body. Right? Open up all your channels. Right? And then expand way out. So connect with everything. Right? Don't restrict yourself. Right? There's a big lesson just in this first gathering. And then let it down. So relax all the joints. Breathe from the lower belly. Smile from the heart area. Relax the facial muscles. And we don't need to physically impress people, right? So just relax, right? We don't have to show that expression, but we have to feel that happiness, that love, that laughter from in here. That's where it comes from. Then it might sneak out through the face. Start expanding the palms before we do our set. Make sure you're breathing relaxed, looking straight ahead. Take a deep breath and let it all out. Feel the fingertips extending, and when you're ready, begin commencement. Okay? When you're ready, breathe in with the movement, holding that ball of chi, picking it up, extending it, and then bringing it and sinking it into your body, bringing it to your heart. Take your time. Number 2, rolling. Bring it into your body, rising. Rub against the rib cage. And expand and relax. One, open and close. Listen to the breath. Single whip. Pull the spine to your right. Pull the palms out. Release the spine and let the palms open. Look at the left hand. Pull the spine to the left as the right hand drops. Okay? Just flow right into one side, cloud hands. Pull the spine 45 and then release. Pull the spine until your body turns 45 degrees and then release. Pull the spine, release one more time, and then pull the spine, and then release. Come back to center, to the heart. Listen to the breath. And repeat on the left side. Pull the spine and pull the palms out, winding up the spine and release. Dropping the hand. Pull the spine and release. Let the fingers open, stretch. Nice large palm. Just breathe one more time. Pull the spine and coil and then release. Pull the spine and coil and release. And then come back to center. Pull the spine and release. Now listen to the breath. Brushing the knee right side. Pull the spine to the right. Pull the fingertips up. Pull the fingertips forward while breathing in and then release. Flow that energy up from the heart out through the right. Pull the spine and roll the palms to the center. And then release the spine. Then pull the spine right and pull the fingertips up. Breathe in and release. Pull the spine to the left and then release. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and release. And pull the spine to the right. Breathe in. Release. Exhale. Pull the right fist up. Let the body turn and then release. Okay? And just let the body oscillate left and right. Lift the sternum and exhale. Release the wrist. Come back to center. Okay, and then the left side. Brushing the knee. Pull the spine. Pull the fingertips forward while you're breathing in and then release. Tap the center and then lift the sternum. Pull the spine to the right while you roll the hands to the center and then release. And pull the right fingertips up and release. And then parry left and parry right. And pull the spine, breathing in, release. Pull the spine, and release. Oh, sorry. One more time. Come back. Cover. Pull the spine and breathe in and start to grab. Release the spine. Exhale. Pull the palm straight forward and pull the spine so you turn and then release and center. Right? And just let the spine go back and forth. Lift the sternum. Release the wrist. Draw everything back to the heart. One open and close. Repeat on the left side. Right? Pull the spine left. Pull the fingertips up. Breathing in. Out. Lift the sternum. Pull the spine to the right. Leisurely tying the coat. Release. Pull the spine to the left. The right hand circles up and release. Pull the spine to the left. The palms get sucked down and then release. And then the palm gets pulled up and then release and pull the spine and pull the fingertips up, coiling up and then release. And the fingertips get dragged in a nice big spiral. Lift the sternum. Right side. Breathing in. Pull the fingertips forward. Release. Tap the center. And then flow the heart energy out. Left hand comes in and circles up. Pull the spine to the right and pull the palms down to the belly button. Tuck the elbows in. Let go. Big wind up. Heart. And then open and close. Yeah, listen to the breath. Okay, fist under elbow. Pull the spine and pull the palms out. And then release and let the right hand drop. And then pull the spine and turn the bottom hand. And then release. The bottom hand grabs a fist. The elbow drops down. And then pull the spine until fist and elbow line up. Breathing in. Release. Pull the fist out. And then release. Fold at the elbow. And then pull the spine to the right and brush the knee. Release. Keep on turning. Second time. Pulse monkey. Breathing in and out. Lift the sternum. Keep on turning. Keep the elbows down. Flow that heart energy out. Leisurely tying the coat. Right? Left hand circles up. Spine turns and pulls. Releases. Palms get pulled upwards and tuck the elbows. Big wind up. Left side. I'm sorry. Pull the spine to the left. Pull the palms out. Release and drop the left hand. And pull and wind up the spine. Wind up the palm right in the center. And then grab a fist and release. Pull the spine until fist under elbow. Breathe in and release. Rising, open, fold. Pull the spine left. Breathe in, fingertips, release. Flow that heart energy out of the left. Keep on turning to the right. Repulse monkey. Fingertip, and flow that heart energy out of the right. And keep on turning. Leisurely tying the coat. Release. Right hand circles up. Forward. Pull the spine to the left. Release. Stretch the fingertips. Lift the sternum. Drop the elbows. Breathe in. And slowly let go. Just the palms, just the surface of the palms, holding on to that energy. Right? Release the joints, but just the palms. Press one leg. Press that foot down, sink into the hip. Right? Start releasing the shoulder, but not the palms. Breathe in and out. Right? And then we end the way we begin. You let everything go. Exhale. And then inhale. Expand from the inside out. Drop the shoulders, elbows, and guide the chi down. Just feel that light resistance, like bringing down a soap bubble. Breathe in, pull the heels up and out. Right? And bring your hands opposite from me, your right hand, left hand, and then you let go. So from the time you start, right, you don't let go. Just feel it in here. So with your hands down here, when coming down, right, as everything lets go, right? So if we bring in the legs, right, the two legs are out. You just have to stretch, right? So you can just feel like you're holding on here, but let this go. Right? Don't be stiff here. Let this go. Just the palm. So the whole arm is relaxed except for just the palm, right, while you bring the leg in. Because you can feel, right? As you bring the leg in, you want to tense. Right? You feel that tension, right? The whole body wants to tense to help bring that leg in. But you have to relax this, and just activating the palm. You have to really force yourself to let go. Okay? So what's the first lesson? Relax and let go. Right? So we stand up. We stand up because then that's going to emphasize that first lesson. So, right? All the added value, right? If you comfortable bringing your feet together, right? If you're not unstable, bring it together. You're stimulating the kidney points by your ankles. If you want, you can stimulate this point over here. They'll help to pull the chi up, right? And the first thing you do is let go. Ah. Right? That's the first lesson. Let go, right? Ah. And if this touches, and the bottom of the feet are totally relaxed, that's going to start drawing the chi up. Just by relaxing, because you're letting go, right? That's going to displace earth chi. And then we expand. Right? We learn to connect, lift the heels up, expand, push the knees back just a little bit, not enough to lock, but just enough to stretch. Yeah, and then right here, you decide when you're going to flex your whole body and start using the palms to help you rise. And as you rise, you coordinate that and push the knees back again to stretch the back of the legs. Breathe in and So that's your whole first lesson. Oh, there's so much in there. But the first lesson is First lesson is Elsa. Oh, you guys don't know Elsa. Frozen. Let it go. There you go. Yeah. My granddaughter, she watched Elsa. She watched Frozen 1 and 2, right, all the time, but she hasn't learned to let it go yet. At the end of the night, time to go. No. She's Anna. No, Elsa, come back. Okay, so this first movement, right? Just aligning, relaxing, right? Mechanical, but then releasing everything, and then right? Use the sound. Let everything open, right? And then pull, right? Relax the legs, relax the bottom of the feet, pulling the chi up while you're gathering. Extend, let the whole body stretch so my heels come off, and then flowing down through the center, right? Through the heart, connecting, And then deciding when I'm going to just flex all my muscles and use my hands to help me rise. And that full feeling. So that hand there, right? It's that, you decide, right? Like I can do this, right? Or I can pull, right? Or I can just kind of lightly tap, drop my shoulder, drop my elbow, and just listen to my palm and just use just enough energy just to help me rise. Okay? And at that point, right, the hand doesn't go up and down, right? So as I come here, it doesn't matter where the hand is, it's where you feel like, oh, now it's time, right? Right there, it's like, boom. Right there, the whole, all the muscles wake up, and then you feel full, and you're just holding that hand there just for a little bit before they go down. That's the feeling. It's that, ah, but relax as I can, holding that, and then just lightly, right? Just lightly using my palm to help. Yeah. Not any more than I need, not pressing down, just support. Okay? So you try that, stand, right? Feet don't have to be together, can be here. Yeah, so everybody stand, try. If you can, you can still do it in the chair, but right, let go, ha. And then you decide, right? You're letting go. You decide where is that point where you're going to kind of flex your muscles and decide that you're going to start rising. And just at that point, right, you still have to coordinate the timing. So that point, right? That point could be here, right? From here already, I'm going to like, oh, not let the body fall. But the timing is slower, right? Right? Or that point could be, I could be sinking. Right? That point could be way down here, yeah? Right there. So it's that feeling, yeah? So the chair does, if you sit seated, same thing, right? Seated, right? Coming down, and at what point do you lift the sternum, expand the legs a little bit more, and rise? And right at that point, it's like the hands really don't move too much. Yeah? It's like you're just pressing on a little jelly ball. And it just kind of flexes, right? And then you can release because now you have that support, that full feeling. Okay? So you listen to this full feeling, right, where you flex and you put it this way. Now, we go back. We did this long time ago. Okay, so the hand comes out, right, and from here, right, until you get this right angle or this 45-degree, right, but really a right angle. Right? Remember we talked about this long time ago, where no matter how much you try and muscle this, right here does nothing. But right where you get this right angle, oh, that full feeling, that's that same thing. So you press from here lightly, you're exhaling, and right about that right angle, you can feel like, oh, energetically, everything starts feeling, and that's where you're going to start flexing all your muscles real lightly. And once you flex, it's like pushing against a ball. So why push all the way out here? You're compressing energy over here now, right? So, right? Oh, there's nothing here. There's nothing. Oh, it's starting to fill. That's all I need. Yeah. Pushing out to about here is sort of application, right? If I really have to move something, but it's compression. But if I move from here to here, this opens up so much, I can feel I have no leverage here. Right? That's when people start locking, right? Because you don't have any spring already, so you have to kind of lock it to let it move. But if you let it sink, and expand the palms, you can feel that. Ah, okay? So that's that full feeling I'm talking about, right? So it's it's both energetic and it's flexing all the muscles, right? Just just like it's just like turning on the power, but not doing anything with it, right? Yeah, you're just running that energy through, but you're not doing anything with it. Yeah. So just here, right? You don't need to tense anything else, right? You can be relaxed like this and just expand your palms and you feel that stretch. Yeah. And then decide, oh, I'm going to hold something. When you hold something, it rounds a little bit more, the bubble. Okay? So being square is like lesson one. So remember David Carradine and Kung Fu? His hand sign, right? His logo was the hand. And really straight and flat. So before you can learn to round, you have to discipline this because this is stretching everything, right? And then it starts to round, but you're still stretching. Yeah. So that's where some of these things about, I say, yeah, like it hit me one day, oh, there's no such thing as a straight line. Every straight line is a curve. Every curve is a straight line. If you keep on walking forever straight, are you actually walking straight? You're walking around the earth, right? So technically every step is a downward step, right? It's relative to the center of the earth, right? The gravity, right? If you offset from gravity, then you're leaning. But what happens when you go up in space and there's no gravity or the gravity is so light, right? Your body doesn't know which way is up or down, right? Yeah. That's why the first thing that happens to any space, right? Any astronaut is motion sickness because there's no sense of where's the center, right? Yeah. The body's not pulling. They just everything's disoriented. We're so used to, oh, there's the horizon. Oh, there's ground, right? If we're tilting, oh, but you're up in space, you're tilting 100% of the time, right? uh, okay. Is that time right? Okay. Okay. So we'll end with the meditation, right? Because this meditation, this first part, that's what it's teaching you. That first movement right here, that lift, and right where you feel it full, and you're just holding that, okay? And going down, and then spiraling. Yeah. Okay. So we end with that meditation. All right. So extend the legs, all right, and then gently walk them back, just so they're touching. All right. And what's first lesson? Let go. Ah. And then steady. Yeah. And then bring the palms to center, right in front of the heart. Take 3 nice full breaths of air and let it all out. And when you're done, just breathe normally. Slowly open your palms when you're ready and let it extend forward and drop a little bit, extending, reaching, and then the first movement lifting and in, just like the first warm up, washing the face. And think of your shoulder blades pushing right where you feel that fullness. You start dropping and scooping. Maybe second time, breathing in. Lift the sternum and drop and spiral, cooling the fingertips. Lift the sternum, and one more time. Spiral, pulling the fingertips. Yeah. And then you mirror me, right? So your left hand goes on top, and then fold, and then first your right elbow. Mirror me, okay? So your right elbow, and then pressing. Take a breath, and then you switch. So the left elbow comes up, the right palm comes to the sternum. Open the rib cage, expand. Turn the right palm up, drop the left elbow, and it sinks right over the palm. And then pull the spine to your right. The same direction as me, and then release, and then left. Drag the hands with you. And then your right palm comes up. And then turn again. This time you're supporting that bubble. Then the hand switch to the left hand comes up. And as you come back to center, your left hand comes inside. Then wrist over wrist, 3 times, gently expanding up, releasing and rotating your palms to turn right to your forehead. Come in a little bit and rotate and expand up and rotate back. And third time. Fingertips together. Take one breath. And do one more time. Open and fall and expand. Reach a little bit. And then just like washing the face. Rotating the palm. And expand from the shoulder blade. The palms fall and the fingertips spiral, pulling and spiraling. Second time. Just taking your time. Third time. Relax, smile to yourself. Fourth time. Okay, your left hand in front of your right. Your right elbow up first, swivels up. Open the rib cage and then press. Left hand on the sternum. And then switch. Right elbow swivels up, open the rib cage. Left hand comes down. Right hand comes down. You can use one breath. And then turn the palms. So right palm makes a shelf. Right down. Rotate right and then left. Relax the wrist. Drag the hands with you as you turn. Then the right hand comes up. Cradle the ball. Right palm about forehead. Left palm about heart. And then switch. Then the left hand comes inside. Palms facing out. Wrist over wrist. And then 3 times gently pressing up. And separating and rotating the palms to face you. Your fingertips, and we'll just close with this one. Just rest it right at your heart. Gently close your eyes. We'll go into the bell meditation. You can either leave your palms here, or if you want, you can rest your palms on your lap, whichever one feels better for what you want to do. You slowly open your eyes. Rub your hands together. Fingers inside. Yeah. And wiggle a little bit. Yeah. So you loosen up the joints. Warm up the eyes. Brush the scalp. Adjust the fingertips. Adjust the fingertips front to back. 3 times. Center to outside. And then tap. I think this is the only thing that's preventing my hair from turning 100% white. You know, I'm trying to figure out when my mom's hair turned. The he side, my mom's side, oh, all white hair. The Lao side is what's keeping the black in there. Yeah, real interesting, the two families. Oh, yeah, massage the neck. I figure that's the only thing that's saving me. That and I'm too tired to pull all the white off because it's too much already. I remember one of my classmates in like, oh, I think it was intermediate school, right? His hair was turning white. You know. Okay. Outside. Yeah, if you want to do it standing, you can do it standing too. The purpose for doing it standing is to get the whole leg, the rib cage, kidneys. Okay. All right, so first lesson is let it go. Right? So exhale, come up, right, and then expand. Right, right, and then bring everything to center. Okay, right hand, left hand. Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. Okay, you're released. Everybody all relax here now. Oh.